ladies and gentlemen, it's my distinct honor right now to introduce the co-chair of the Lagos Economic Summit Group, the Honorable Commissioner for Economic Planning and Budget, a first-class degree holder in accountancy from the University of Nigeria, and it's evident in everything that he does. Extremely hardworking, he pastors a church. I still don't understand how he does them both, but ladies and gentlemen, please welcome with me Mr. Ben Akabweze, who's going to take us through a review of the previous summits. A round of applause, please.
Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it's that moment again when we present our report card. It's easy to set an exam and score yourself, someone might say, but this is an exam that you, distinguished participants at the summit, set for us. And what we're doing is an open evaluation, open scoring of how we have fared. And so I'm going to, for the next several minutes, present to you the status of implementation of past summit resolutions, beginning with the very first summit in the year 2000. Technology tends to have a mind of its own. This was all working very well. All right. In the year 2000, there were 12 resolutions from this summit. We have implemented 11 of them. And the only one outstanding was the resolution regarding the introduction of a special infrastructure tax and levy. I'm sure that will surprise many of you who think we are very tax happy in Lagos, that we haven't introduced this tax. But it was your recommendation, so the key is to say it has not been, not that it will not be implemented. In 2001, there were 18 resolutions. Again, 17 of those have been implemented. And the one outstanding was the resolution that the federal government should enhance security services and infrastructure maintenance in Lagos State, and specifically by designating Lagos a special area, granting it the special area status. That remains an ongoing matter of discussion, even at the National Assembly. And it is our expectation that that will happen sometime soon. In 2002, there were 15 resolutions. And our score is that 12 and a half have been implemented, and you will understand why soon. And 2.5 are outstanding. The 2.5 that are outstanding are one, to pursue political and administrative decentralization and fiscal federalism in the Nigerian polity. That remains a valid resolution, and one that also is a matter that is under discussion in this country, and even in the ongoing national conference, we expect that this will feature prominently. There was also the resolution that the federal government should uphold its responsibility to Lagos State as a special area. You will note that this was a repeat of the resolution in 2001. That remains outstanding even now. The last one, where we reckon that half of it is done, in 2002, the summit resolved that it was needful to establish state police as well as a state security trust fund. The state security trust fund is within our remit, and we have delivered on that. And between 2008 and now, when the Security Trust Fund was put in place, we have mobilized, through your support, the residents and good people of Lagos a total of about 4 billion naira, which has gone into equipping the police force in Lagos and supporting the security of life and property here. But the other aspect of it, the other half of that resolution, which was establishment of the state police, is not within our remit. Again, we expect that this will be a matter that will feature prominently during the ongoing national conference, because this makes so much sense. It is unbelievable that people still push back on it. In 2008, and you'll notice there was a little interregnum, but in 2008, the summit process resumed. But it wasn't just a matter of resuming. The first 3 summits were also largely diagnostic in their focus. But from 2008, the focus shifted to actually, more, on action, what, to do, not, evaluating and analyzing the problems. In 2008, there were 29 resolutions. 26 have been implemented. And the 2 outstanding are, 1, actualized circular coastal roads and bridges, especially the 4th Mainland Bridge. The 4th Mainland Bridge remains a matter on the drawing board, but not one that has fallen off the board. The idea is that, and this will be driven by private capital, and we remain engaged on that. There was also the resolution to urgently build national consensus on the issue of fiscal federalism and special status for Lagos State. That's one resolution that refuses to die. Doesn't matter how long it takes for people to come to terms with the imperative of it. In 2010, there were a total of 33 resolutions, 28 of which have been implemented, leaving 5. And these 5 include making Lagos Water Corporation a public limited liability company rather than a statutory corporation that it is. That's a matter that we keep in view. There's a water sector reform program, and if there is real need for that, which we're not sure at this point, we will revisit that. Constitute State Industrial Finance Corporation for low-cost financing. Again, we have state agencies addressing financing for for SMEs, for micro entrepreneurs, but this is where we're treading cautiously, because we're not sure about government's sure-footedness in the area of business or finance. Strive to actualize the creation of state police, especially a sheriff department, yet another one that refuses to go away. Establish a politically neutral Lagos Economic Development Board to oversee long-term development of the state, and a mandate to sell Lagos as a brand. Mbeti, fills that role for now, but again, this is something that we keep looking at. Create a $250 million strategic Lagos enterprise support venture fund managed independent of the state government. We're looking up there, the keyword independent of the state government. We're looking up there to partners in the finance sector who will be willing to work with us to put that in place. Indeed, what is required is a lot more than $250 million. In 2012, there were 33 recommendations. 28 of which have been fully implemented. 4 others we score as implemented because there are things that are really, you never end. They keep, you just keep working at. And only 1 as unimplemented. And the one that is scored unimplemented is expand mass transit options and introduce congestion charge. We do not believe that it is time to introduce congestion charge. There is still a lot of work that we reckon left in terms of improving the mass transit services in the state before we can move to that. Let me then very quickly run through the specifics, the details of the resolutions for for 2012. And as I said, there are 33 of them, and these are the details of what we have done in respect of each of those. For those of you who have registered for the summit, you would have received the summit app, and you will also receive this presentation as well as all the presentations here. So you can look at that in greater detail later on. I want to show you the pictures of some of the, the 3 IPPs that we have implemented to date, delivering a total of over 32 megawatts of power. There are 2 more in the offing, which would take the total, by the Lagos State, IPPs to 47.35 megawatts, and those are the 5 IPPs, listed there. Okay. Again, the last summit enjoins us to work collaboratively with the other agencies responsible for driving reform in the power sector. We believe that that is happening. That's an ongoing engagement. To provide necessary support for prospective investors, again, that is ongoing, and I believe that the 2 discos in Lagos, ECO and Ikeja Disco, the officials who are here will attest to how supportive we have been. And indeed, during this summit, you will hear more about that.